Lewis Hart for the Ring magazine. Always a pleasure to be joined with the Maidstone Mauler. You know, you got Maid of Stone from Maidstone.
Maidstone Mauler. Maidstone Glovkin, they're all coming out.
Yeah, they're all coming out now. But Sam Noakes here's preparations, I guess, are well underway or coming thick and thin ahead of November 22nd against Abdullah Mason. How's things? How's everything been ahead of a massive fight for yourself?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, like, obviously last time we spoke was out in New York, and that seems like a lifetime ago now. So, but it's nice that we're finally getting closer to the date. Obviously, camp's going well, sparring's been going well, everything's sort of on plan. So, yeah, not long. Fly out 2 weeks Saturday, so it's coming around quick.
For a massive fight like this, how nice is it, I guess, to have such a long notice as well? Like that press conference, it seems like ages away. We was in New York, but you know, it has come around quickly. But you've still had a lot of notice for this fight, which has been nice, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like we found out. When did we go to? When was that in New York?
It was mid-July.
Mid-July, yes. Yeah, obviously, we found out on like the 6th of June of the fight, so we've known for a little while. So, I mean, it's good for both parties, isn't it? Because then it's like, well, we've all had time to prepare, so which means the end result, the fight should be a good one.
Yeah, and I guess not preparation in itself, but what is the mentality like when it's the biggest fight of your career, a world title fight? These are all unique experiences for you. How do you go through that in a camp?
Well, it's obviously like when it first got announced, obviously everyone's all buzzing about it, innit? And I was like, they're like, how you feeling? You must be well excited. I'm like, no. We still got a long time yet. So I think obviously Al's been about it, Ed and Al, they've all got the experience, and it's more just with obviously knowing how long you've got, making sure you're peaking at the right time. You're not going too mad too early, which is easy to do, innit? Because as you say, such a big event, so exciting. Obviously everyone's like, wow, just got to train. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good that we've had enough time, and I'm excited that it's nearly time to get in there.
Yeah, when you speak about New York area, that was an experience in itself. All these things are sort of unique to you.
No, it's unreal. It's a place I've always wanted to go to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, just being in New York and having that press conference and being there amongst all the names. Although you've earned the stripes to deserve it. There must be
still. So I remember we come out of the presser, and obviously I come out, and then obviously everyone was on Devon Haney, weren't they? Yeah. And, he was like, before he left, he was like, see you later, champ. And then obviously when he said that, then everyone was like, look round on me, and obviously get to sign an autograph, doing photos and that. It was good, and obviously outside the hotel as well. But yeah, no, it was a good experience. And New York was always a place that I wanted to go, and it was handy, innit? Because it's expenses paid for, innit? So it was good, and obviously the fight out there as well. So it was a really good experience. Yeah,
for yourself, and not to come across, I guess, in a disrespect almost, but there's a lot of fighters when they take that like big step up that they almost feel like they've got that imposter syndrome of being like, you know, it's almost like a surprise that they're there. Is there ever something that you felt like you had?
So I wouldn't know about imposter syndrome, So like obviously in the boxing ring, in that sort of world, like I feel like I'm well where I deserve to be. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know, like when you get stopped on the street and then you're thinking, do you know what I mean? I've had a few years back, we were in Italy, and I had this big geezer staring at me, and I'm thinking, look, what's he looking at? Do you know what I mean? And obviously he come over, and he was because of the boxing, but I think only because of that, not because of like the fighting or anything like that, or the big events. That's when I feel at home, when you're in the ring and then you're in the venue and all that. But when you get stopped on the street, or you're out with your mates, or you're on holiday, and someone goes, so and so, and then it's a bit like, it's a little bit surreal.
Yeah, and I guess when you make that jump to world level like you are on the 22nd, I know you've been in the ring with guys like Shakur and sparred them, so you feel like you have a rough aim of like what the level is like. But is it almost an excitement for yourself to prove like, you eventually like yourself, you don't know how good you are.
No,
do you know what I mean? So to make that jump is an exciting.
So
thing.
I think it's like obviously everyone always says, this fight's going to bring the best out of me, and I feel like a world title is going to do that. Like I know this fight's going to drag me into places that I've never been before in the boxing ring, because it's going to be hard. He's a great fighter. It's a big event. There's so much on the line. It's like obviously you can still come back and rebuild, but like you get this and then you're there, aren't you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I think, listen, as I said, it's just sort of looking forward to getting in there, and I'm excited, and I think I belong there as well. And I just think I'm well excited. And the thing is, it's getting so close now, but it's going to be good.
Like that feeling of unknown, I guess, is an exciting one, would you say?
Yeah, I think it's like, so always walking before the fight, it's always like I can see up till the bell going. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you can daydream, like I can daydream the changing room, daydream the walk, and then obviously once that bell goes, it's different. But it's like I'm excited to see what I'm like in that scenario, because like it's only one more fight. I've only got to win one more fight, and then everything you've been talking about for the last 6 years has come true. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to make me into a real good, like, it's going to bring the best out of me.
And like, it's always like a cliche thing that people say, but like, when do you think the first thoughts of yourself being a world champion like come into your mind? Is it like a start of your career, or is it as the wins stack up you realise this is possible?
I think when you first start, I feel like you've all got to say, innit? You've all got to say what you.
But when does it come on reality?
God, well, I think once we started winning the British and the EBU, and then you're climbing up, like you look at the WBO rankings and you're like 3-4, and I'm thinking, oh, that's not far away.
Yeah.
And then obviously prior to this belt becoming vacant, I got made into the #1 spot, and then it's like it all sort of hits home. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we had a really close chance getting it back in the last year in December against Baranchik, but then obviously that didn't come off. But then obviously that phone call, then you think, oh, next year is definitely going to be my year. Do you know what I mean? And it come earlier than we thought.
Does it feel real, like the idea? I guess, look, you're fighting, a highly touted prospect like Abdullah Mason, Saudi Arabia, on a massive one of the cards of the year. Like, does it feel sunk into you?
It hasn't sunk in yet. You know, I feel like when we all, because obviously we're still in the gym, nothing different's happened yet. Like we got a fight day, we're working towards, but I feel like once we're all in the airport, we're all on the plane. I think and then when you land there, I think that's when it's really going to sit in, and then that's when you're going to start enjoying it. Because at the minute, it's just another fight here, isn't it? Obviously, we're doing different things, doing the same things as well, isn't it? But I think when you get on that flight, and everyone's there, and we'll take off, I think that's when it's all going to hit home.
Yeah, and one thing that's always you've said, and it's always been said about you, is like sometimes you've always gone a bit under the radar. Like there's always been other guys that have talked about where you feel like sometimes you deserve to be talked about more. Do you enjoy that? I guess almost that under the radar.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think even with like you look at the comments on the post come up and everyone's going, "No, he's going to get knocked down." I'm gonna just take a mental note of it and afterwards just go through and like them all. Do you know what I mean? But I think I've always just stayed in my lane, and I always knew everyone else. You might be looking at someone else, like, oh, why is he getting all these fights? Or what's happening there? Do you know what I mean? And sort of like, just as long as you keep winning and keep doing what you're doing, keep working hard, it's going to come, innit? And it's finally come for me now, and everyone else is going to see what everyone else sees. Yeah,
I guess if you feel like you are the underdog in this fight, like is that frustrating? Because while people may say, look, like you've not sort of had that big jump to world level yet, neither has Abdullah. So it's like,
I don't know. I don't feel like the underdog.
Yeah,
I'm on the bets. I'm the underdog, and obviously everyone else.
That's what I mean.
But I think that's more for them, innit? I mean, realistically, that's better for everyone. All people that I know are betting on me. That's better for them, innit? Yeah. All the background noise, if you like, is irrelevant, really. And I think, as you said, we're both sort of having our first real test now. So everything prior is irrelevant.
Yeah. Do you take, when you see him been down before, do you take confidence from that?
I mean, he got back up, didn't he? He got back up and won the fight. But I mean, listen, it does show that there might be a little weakness there in the armour. But listen, I'm going to have things to get overcome from him. And I think you can take what you want out of it. Every fight's different. And he's probably not going to make that same mistake again. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately. But do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I think, as I said, he's obviously been watching me. I've been watching him. We've all sort of gone to plan it. But what happened before is irrelevant. It's all just going to come down to who's the better man on the night.
If the fight plays out, or when the fight plays out in your mind, do you think that there is a strong possibility that you do stop him in there?
Yeah, in my head, it don't go the distance. I'm not winning by points.
Yeah, good stuff. Look, Sam, appreciate taking the time to speak to you. It's always good to catch up, and all the best for November 22nd in Saudi Arabia against Abdullah Mason. Appreciate it, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. Cheers.